Hello again, my mate Vince here, and in this episode today we're going to try to fix up an air fryer. So this one is a Tower one, bought faulty from eBay. This one comes up with an E1 code. Not sure what that means. Looking online, it means circuit board problem or doesn't heat up. It's 11 litre, so it's quite a big one. And I think they retail for around 140-ish pounds, depending on where you buy it. And this one looks brand new, so it looks like it's faulty from manufacture or when somebody bought it from the shop. This doesn't look like it's been used whatsoever. So let me plug it in, show you the E1 code, and let's try to attempt to repair it. Now, if you're new to my channel, because air fryers are pretty trendy at the moment, I didn't realise so many people have them. I have never fixed one of these before. I've never owned one before, so I don't really know anything about them. But it may be similar to you having a go yourself at home. So I'll try my very best, and hopefully at the end of it, we might fix it. But there's a chance we might not. But either way, I'm hoping it will be entertaining. Right, now watch this. As soon as I turn it on here, it does that, but then straight away comes up with E1, and I can't do anything. Makes the beeps, but yeah, it doesn't turn on. So let's take it apart and see, I don't know, let's measure the elements, see if we have resistance through that. Let's see if we can find anything obvious with it. Light's working. Right, it's all empty on the inside and I can see screws underneath. So let's start here and we'll see what happens. Oh, if I only knew then what I know now, it would have been so much easier. So there was no teardown videos of this already out there, so I'm going into this completely blind. I seen a load of screws and I started to undo them, but what I didn't know is that there was hidden screws underneath the touch panel at the top. I thought the top was clipped into place, which it is clipped in, but you can't undo all the clips because of the 3 screws holding it all down. I never knew that, so I had a complete nightmare trying to get into this. If you're interested in how to take it apart, check out my T-brake fix video, because I've actually got another one of these to repair and I did that on a T-brake fix. So that one shows you the correct way to take it apart. On this one here, it was just trying various different things to get into it. Annoyingly, because I thought the top thing was clipped, I managed to break it because I didn't know there was hidden screws. Oh no. Oh, gutted. That's annoying. Right on the visible bit. If that was underneath, it wouldn't matter so much. That's annoying. This was immaculate, but it's certainly not immaculate now. Saying that, it doesn't matter. It was just on a cosmetic bit. It's not going to affect its safety or the way it heats up or anything like that. So yeah, we're going to pick up the video now as I'm getting into it, and then we can actually find out what the fault is. But yeah, if you've never been in one before, it was certainly a nightmare, but not if you watch my T-brake fix, because that will make it a lot easier for you. My God, that was a nightmare. Anyway, we're in. So we have a circuit board up here. Let me take a picture of that and then undo it, or are these idiot proof? Let's see. Right, even they don't want to come undone. Circuit board looks very clean. I really like these. These are like the Philips air purifier. So basically with the touch screen here, you put your fingers on this side here and they conduct through here onto the board. Hold on a minute. It says here NTC and I haven't pulled that one out. That's just going to be to measure temperature, and I suppose it can't measure the temperature, so it presumes there's a problem. Right, okay. I'm not going to clip it back together. I'm just going to turn it on and see if it see if it still comes up with the E1 fault. Now, just put the door back in. Obviously I'm keeping my hands well clear of it. Right, I'm plugging it in now. Come on. There you go. There's no E1 fault. Look, can you see? It was unplugged from manufacture. Amazing. Not so amazing that it was disgusting to take apart, but I have taken one for the team there, because now anybody else fixing this, because most people wouldn't bother recording a fix on this because it's not an item that's going to get a lot of views on YouTube. You know, it's not like one of those items that you know people are going to click on. So yeah, that was unplugged from manufacture, or maybe it was just barely on and then through the shipping it just accidentally fell off. So let's unplug it. Obviously I don't want to turn it on because it's not going to be safe. Everything is loose. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on that little thing there. Now, 1 second. I'm going to turn this over. I'm just going to add hot glue around this area here just to stop that from coming off, and then we have to try and get it back together, and annoyingly I've got to try to super glue the lid here. So maybe I can keep this one for myself, and then I have got another one that's also faulty. Maybe if I can take that one apart without ruining it completely, then I might be able to, you know, give that to someone else. And it says here the date is the 17th of May 2021. So let's just get a bit of hot glue on that.
So isn't that amazing? I think it just must have vibrated loose. It must have been just hanging on when it left the manufacturer, and then when it was shipped to the retailer, or from the retailer to the customer, it must have just come loose. So by using hot glue on it, like you see now, it's not going to come loose through vibration off the machine working or anything like that. And then what I need to do is I need to super glue up the crack to make it a little bit stronger. I'm getting an old cable tie, and I'm using my soldering iron, which is a bad use of the soldering iron. A lot of people will dislike me doing that, but I'm melting all the plastic together, and I'm feeding in the plastic cable tie into it to try to just give it a little bit of extra strength. Whether it's stronger than the super glue on its own, I don't know, but I'm giving it a go. It's all on the inside, so it's hidden away anyway. It's the outside is going to look a mess no matter what I do, unless I was to sand it back and respray it, which I'm not going to do. Where I'm going to keep this in the kitchen, you'll see at the end, it's going to be nicely hidden away, and you can't even see the crack, so it is a little bit of a result. I just want to quickly show you in the Encyclopedia of Electronic Components what an NTC is.
We can see that an NTC thermistor is a common type of temperature sensor, and its resistance diminishes as the temperature increases. So the resistance goes down as this gets warmer. And if you have a look here, it says it's commonly found in clothes washers, refrigerators, air conditioning systems, pools, spa controls, dishwashers, toasters and other domestic devices, and it's got some examples of it down there. So that's exactly what it does, and that's the reason why this didn't work, because it couldn't verify the temperature.
So all we have to do now is put this thing back together, and putting it back together is actually a lot more enjoyable, because when it comes to clips, clipping them together is nice, getting that reassuring click when you push them down. It's taking the clips apart where the horror resides. So next time you see this, it will be in the kitchen, and I think I'm going to treat myself to some chips. Why not? After the horror of trying to take this thing apart, I think I deserve it. I think this has to be one of the quickest trying to fix videos in My Mate Vince history. So just before the video's over, let's give a shout out to the My Mate Vince Massive, and the members are kitdigital.com, Kip Hakes, Max Rokotansky, Having Fun Repairs, Will Michaelis, Chris Seal, Felipe at MrKeebs.com, DJVG, Pixie, Robert from Timsey's Auto Air, Daniel Watson, Zeke C, Anthony Dean, Bazza2, Operational 117, Russ Melanson, Ellis Garbett, and Gaspar Heller. So massive thank you to each and every one of you, and everyone on Patreon who support these videos. Time for chips.
Feed me now!
Remember that advert? That was McCain's, wasn't it?
Check it out. Got some chips on there at the moment. Checked out the rotisserie. If you hit this one, the little thing's not in here, but if you hit this one, when the bar is in there, it starts to spin. So it looks like it's all working as you would expect it to, because it wasn't really faulty, was it? It was just put together wrong. So in about 20 minutes, I think it said, hopefully these are going to be done. And I think the idea why it's better than an oven, a normal conventional oven, even a fan assisted oven, is that I think the fan must be stronger, and it's directing the heat, it's shoving the heat round more, so it's going underneath, it's going to cook underneath as well. As you can see, the trays, they're like baskets, so the heat can get underneath them, so you don't have to turn it over. It's cooking, it's going to be cooking both sides of them. Be interesting to see what they taste like. They are just frozen chips from a supermarket. They're not homemade ones that have been peeled and cut up, but I presume with a little bit of oil they would work equally as well. So when it's done, I'll do a taste test. Okay, so it's been on, I think, for 20 something minutes, and to me they look like they're cooked. So let's get them onto a bowl, a little bit of salt and vinegar, and we'll do the taste test. Here we go, and you can see that they have actually, the ones on top did burn a little bit and the ones underneath didn't. So just like an oven, if it's up higher it cooks more, but I thought with the air blowing that maybe they would all cook evenly, but no, higher up must be hotter, because I suppose they're nearer the element. They taste good. They taste not like fish and chip shop chips, because you know they're not deep fried, but they do have more crunch to them than when they're in a normal oven. So yeah, only time will tell. I presume the reason people use this is because it does more all over cooking off the product, like underneath as well, and you're only heating up a small area rather than heating up a whole oven if you just want to put in 3 hash browns or something like that, or 1 chicken breast. So I think it's going to be more economical, which may be why with the energy crisis, maybe that's why these things are really selling very well at the moment. So was it an interesting video? Well, it's not going to be a common fault, is it? Because in this instance here, it was faulty from manufacture. But at least people will now know how to get into it. I'm going to look at the other one probably later on tonight, and hopefully that will be maybe that will be a more natural fix, because this was just human error in this instance here. But no doubt it's going to help anybody else out who has one of these Tower models, because at least now you know not to make my mistakes, and that way we all learn and it all helps everybody else out. So yeah, very happy with it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching.